So, very good morning and welcome to today's live market profile and order flow trade analysis by Tradeducation. We are at episode 227, and before I share today's analysis, I would just like to go through a quick disclaimer that trading involves substantial risk and is not suitable for all investors. Also, the information which I'm sharing is for educational purposes only and cannot be used for any trade related activity. Okay, I'm just moving the transitioning screens a bit so that it's clearly visible. Okay, so with that, let's quickly look at what happened last week, and are there any potential option development paths which we can see today from intraday trade perspective. Okay, so let me just start sharing my screen. And first of all, I'm just quickly going through the daily chart. And from the daily chart, what we see is we are still in this bigger range from 13,000 to the 13,000 something. So you can say let's take 14,000 as an example. Okay, so we are still in this range. Overall sentiment is pretty bullish. This was a linear break, and then the auction just continued higher. Okay, so overall, it shows that currently the buyers are the ones who are in overall control. Okay, for the entire auction, right from the November time frame. Okay. Apart from that, there are certain anomalies. So there are certain gaps which is not yet been filled up. One of the gaps is the gap which formed on the Friday's auction. So this is that gap. We got one more gap here. We got one more gap here. Okay. So nonetheless, overall, this shows a sign of that weak auction participation is going on. So not big players or strong players are coming in. Only price action or price based traders are the ones who are coming in. Volumes are increasing since last 2 days. Auction is increasing, so that's another data point. So that's what I wanted to share. Now, as the auction is reaching higher, okay, so what is the other thing that is happening is there are structured highs, okay, and these highs are where stop loss orders are getting created. So if you see from the market profile chart on the left, the high of 17th of December, 18th of December, 21st of December, 24th of December. Okay, so this is the level. This is a very visual reference level where the buying stops, the selling starts. Okay, and these are the areas where a lot of stop loss orders are there. And if you see the value here, the 3 days we had upper value. Since last 3 days, again the value is still developing higher. Today we need to see whether the sellers who came in here are they strong enough, or are they able to penetrate and stop the buying which is happening since last 3 days, and then take the auction down. Okay, so that's what I'll be looking at, and based on that I'll be taking some of the intraday trades. Okay, so that's from the daily chart which I wanted to share. And if you see, this is again still an overall bigger balance. Let me I think this is still in the same range, so I'll just remove this and I'll add this entire auction in a single. So this is the monthly, you can say, from 3rd of December, because around the balance high. So this was the balance high wherein again buyers stepped in. This was on the 21st of December when a knee-jerk reaction came in and the auction just halted here. Okay, so that's why I've just kept this reference level as an important support. This is a sort of a double top, and now we are seeing a triple top. So odds are higher. So this is a visual reference. Odds are higher that we will be taking this reference today. Okay. Uh, just a second. So what I'm expecting is a sort of a flat, or I'm expecting the auction to open around the structured or around the clustered highs. So that, if that happens, then that that scenario and a lot of selling, so I'll be looking for the tempo, and the tempo will be much higher. Okay. Apart from that, let me just see. So we have this HVN, and yeah, so we have one more HVN here, one more HVN here. So we had an anomalous shape, again one more anomaly, unstructured. Now we have a sort of a balanced shape. So let's see. Today I'm seeing that odds are higher that we will be tagging the all-time highs, and seeing some more knee-jerk reaction. Okay. So based on this volume profile, this is the balance high, this is the balance low. If you see, buyers are pretty strong. This entire auction which came in the selling side, buyers came back in, and now they are taking the auction to the higher side. So let me just jump to the market profile chart and let's study the structure. Okay, so from the structure perspective, so this was last Thursday's auction, and it was an expiry day. Friday was a holiday, and today being Monday, so a lot of premium degrading would be seen. So overall, from the auction, there are a couple of anomalies which I'm able to spot. So one is this halfback level, another is this halfback level. We have got a poor high. We have got some sort of excess around the lows. That is fine. And there are a lot of anomalies, unstructured. The overall structure is pretty poor. So what I'm expecting is the first auction development path is to, the auction to open around the high. So around the high, auction opens, we see a big sharp rise in the price or good tempo, see some sort of balancing, and we must see continuation to the higher side. Okay, so this is the first auction development path. Second auction development path is around some visual reference. So this is 13,820 or 13,900. We might see some balancing, and then the auction again, comes down. This is the second auction development path. And the third auction development path which I'm seeing is auction opens around the high. It clearly sees a rejection and just develops sideways. Okay, so these are the three auction development paths, and I'm hoping for, anticipating for the third auction development path to come in today. Because if that happens, then I'll be taking a positional trade. I'll be selling some calls, 13,850 or 14,000 calls from positional perspective, and that would be what my trade plan from positional perspective. So we are just so current time is 9:13 and 30 seconds. So sort of a 1 minute, 1.5 minute before the auction opens. So in the meantime, guys, if you have got any suggestions or any comments, please feel free to use the chat window. This is the overall shape. Yeah, nothing much. Yeah, so time is 9:40. So 1 minute left. But yeah, so a lot of vaccination news and a lot of news factor is coming in, and something like a Santa rally seen. Let me just see what is. I think US markets were also closed. Yeah, nothing much. US markets closed flat. So this Brexit thing is also happening. So let's see. But I'm expecting a flat open. I did not check the pre-open market. Just a second. Just checking that. Yeah, so 65 points. So the auction will open around the highs is what I'm expecting. Okay, so big massive opening, and the auction just tagged the high, all-time high, and it's again just jumping up and down. So let me delete all that. Okay, so the auction is open outside the balance area, and it is seeing a sort of a rejection at those levels, and buyers are stepping in. So a lot of anomalies around unfinished auctions around the low. Tempo is coming in, so this is what I was expecting. So the new all-time high is getting formed. But if you see the overall volume, it's just 1700, 1800. So not good volume flow. So 71 buyers, 0 sellers. So high is secure. This is where a lot of selling activity came in. So this will be one of the reference area, 13,842. A lot of anomalies around the lower side. We are still above, crossing above, the close market is above VWAP. Delta is positive. So the auction is just going around the open, going higher, open, going higher. That's fine. So I'm not seeing any trade right now, but clear. So the low is weaker because it is around the all-time high. The auction just came down and again buyers stepped in. Okay. So these buying which came in are nothing but those who sold here. So the stop losses, the clustered stop losses, they have got hit. And now we need to see whether we are seeing continuation to the upside or whether the auction tries to enter within yesterday's range. So I'll be seeing for a pullback or some sort of a confirmation, and then I'll be taking a trade. But right now the low is weaker, high is secure, the all-time high that is around 13,854. Volumes are pretty low, just 3,000 volume. So during market opening, they are about 5,000, 10,000, and it's a good volume flow in the first 5 minutes. Right now, the volume is just drying out. We got good tempo. So 13,842 is one of the reference area. That is also where VWAP is there. Now again, buyers are stepping in. So let them step in. Let me just go to the daily chart. So we are all-time high, hammer candle getting formed around the balance high. So balance rules also plays in today. So the auction is open outside the balance. So we should see whether the auction enters the balance or whether it continues to the higher side. Okay. So higher high is getting formed. Positive momentum happening. 4,600. We are still a minute left. Again, so this is where sellers are present on the auto flow chart. We have a low volume area node, and this is the second level. So I'll be looking at VWAP now. There are unfinished options around the low. So let's see, the buyers will again step in, let them continue higher. And I'll be waiting for sort of an exhaustion type of a setup. If I see that exhaustion from buyers, that's where I'll be trying to take a short trade. But right now, I'm seeing no trade at all. Second thing is I'll be ending the auction, the current session in next 5 minutes. So I've got a couple of meetings from 9:30 onwards. So around 9:25, I'll ending the session for today. So now VWAP touch is happening. Let's just look at the cumulative delta. Sellers have stepped in. Now just tagging the VWAP. Option is going higher. Okay, so the first 5 minute, 5600 contracts traded. Now sellers are stepping in. Just tag the VWAP and option is going higher. The high is unsecured, poor high. So it's weaker high, not poor high, but it's a weaker high. So let's see, this will be getting tagged along. Yes, the high is cleared now. And again, sellers are stepping in. Still, I'm waiting for one more push to the upside. Positive delta. Just see. Yeah. So a lot of buying is here. Stag and then it's just going higher. That's fine. So the high is still weaker. I'm expecting it to tag it one more time. So sellers are stepping in. That's fine. Some choppiness action we are able to see. Overall delta is positive and we are developing sideways, just going sideways. So we're just tagging the VWAP, going higher, tagging the VWAP, going higher. So not a good sign. Sellers are there. So now is a moment to decide whether to take a long trade or a short trade. So good rejection being seen. You're just tagging the VWAP and going higher, tagging the VWAP and going higher. Volume is slowing down, so it's just 50 seconds to go. Still, I'm not seeing any trades. Let it chop. Okay. So choppiness action is going on. Let it chop. So the auction is closed above VWAP. So now again buyers will step in, then they will take the auction higher. The high is still weaker. Okay, so let's see. So continue observing this level. The auction is just tagging VWAP and going higher, tagging VWAP and going higher. So not a good sign. You can see it from here. Just now it has just crossed the VWAP. Delta is positive, so wait for the right opportunity to take a short trade. This might be a trap move, so better not be in a hurry to take any trades right now. You see momentum sellers are stepping in, so just wait and watch. That's the name of the game. So yeah, okay. So with that, I'm ending the session for today, and let's again catch up tomorrow and see how the auction developed, and based on that, we'll do my analysis. Till then, happy and safe trading. Thank you.